What's good, people? This is the Rap Roundtable. Your boy Jaw here, Sincere the Rap Snob, Dini the Balance, the homie Mase. We just want to make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, help us get our numbers up. We're trying to get 2,000 subs, 5,000. Y'all know how this go. If y'all think we're good and y'all love the content, some of y'all always say, yo, how come y'all don't have more views? It's because y'all don't sub. So make sure y'all do that and tap in with us. Peace.
The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. This is kind of a big deal, fellas. Episode 40 of the unstoppable, highly controversial Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir.
It's a big deal, man. 40 of these joints. A lot. And when you think about how we was dropping before recently, we've been doing this for a little minute consistently. New members, losing members. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Losing fans, gaining fans. You know what I'm saying?
Then we get them back.
That's a fact. You know what I mean?
The middle age of episodes.
Yo, and I feel like we are now starting to hit our prime. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I'm very excited for what the rest of this journey looks like as far as what we are as a podcast.
Yes, sir. It's a fact, and now we got things bubbling. We're gonna keep it
real quiet, but things are moving. We love what we do, and we love the responses that we get from what we do for y'all. And with that being said, the countdown to episode 50 begins right now, which is the milestone of milestones for us personally.
Yes, sir.
To my left, we have Sincere the Rap Snob.
What up? What up?
Dini the Balance.
May the force be with you.
The homie Mase.
What's happening, y'all?
You already know it's your boy Jav here, and
we are tonight's entertainment.
You can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Wherever there's podcasts, you can find us. You can find us on your local MTA trains where these stickers are. If you on a train and you see these stickers or anywhere where you see it, take a picture, send it to us on social media so we can tag you, bro. You know what I mean? Because these stickers are going up in abundance.
Yes.
Heavy. We got a few things to talk about tonight. But I feel like before we get into the topical aspect of the show, we've gained some new listeners in the last 2 months who have yet to kind of go backwards and really understand what the Rap Roundtable is about.
Word.
I believe some of the people who subscribe to us, especially on YouTube, specifically on YouTube, felt like this was a Nas fan channel or whatever, like we're specifically for Nas. And that's not to say that we're not for Nas, but we're a rap channel. So sometimes we're gonna talk about things you like, and sometimes we're gonna talk about things that you don't like. But you can't like go back and forth based on the topic if you fuck with us or not. You gotta get the show. And I feel like this segment right here is for us to help you guys, the listeners, understand how to get the Rap Roundtable. We don't hate Nas. We just thought Jay-Z's catalog, or let me be clear. We think Jay-Z's catalog in a real versus, not a debate versus. Shout out to According to Hip Hop, no shade. But not a debate versus where we're yelling at each other. With the songs played on stage in a concert environment. Because now we got to be clear. We feel like Jay-Z would win in a versus. That doesn't mean we hate Nas.
It doesn't mean we hate Nas,
That doesn't mean that Nas is garbage.
We love Nas.
That doesn't mean that it's a big word on YouTube. That doesn't mean we're discrediting Nas. I'm getting sick of this shit. All right. So before I get into rant more, I don't want to rant tonight. I want to drink and be merry. Sincere, like you're the most mature one of us at this table. Like how can I know I'm childish. I ain't shit. You know what I mean? If you're a new listener to the Rap Roundtable, Sincere, how should that new listener approach this podcast?
Well, you have to understand that we are going to try to be as objective as possible. We're gonna tell the truth as we see it, right? But the way that we see it is not necessarily just based on our own fandom, our own personal emotions, how connected we are to the artist. Again, Nas is my favorite artist of all time, favorite rapper, favorite artist of all time, right? But if I'm gonna keep it 100% a buck real on a versus stage, when again, not throwing down songs like Pokemon cards.
Word, like it's a game of spades or some shit.
No, that's not what we do. But if it was a real stage, right? All we were saying was Jay-Z might take that based on, performance on stage, based on presence, based on club hits.
And street records.
Club hits is a big thing. See, that's the thing that really pissed me off the most about, and I'm gonna rant a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go off a little bit, right?
Get 'em saying.
Because again, shout out to According to Hip Hop, but they had a little caveat talking about we can't use the Jiggy records. First of all, who still uses the word Jiggy?
Word.
I don't know.
Shout out to them wanting us to fight with one
Yikes.
hand behind our back.
But right, the Jiggy record, the club records, the shits that rang off in the club. That's a big major part of verses, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
Is it not?
Ginormous.
Come on.
Look what happened when since everyone loves to reference this verses. What happened in that verses when Kiss went on that hit record medley at the end? It was haymaker after
Smoked
haymaker
them.
after haymaker.
That's
and they
what
were
put it
club songs.
over the top.
I'm just saying.
He laid the foundation with the bars and the street shit.
He
but
built
then
it up.
over the top with the haymakers, with Mariah, with Jennifer Lopez,
Come on.
with
Maya.
come on. Now if we would have played in that mock verses, if we would have thrown down
Give It To Me in one of those.
No, or the NAS Give It To Me or the Maya joint. Like, would that have played against us?
Probably.
That's that's ridiculous.
Most likely. Not
That's
even probably.
that's ridiculous, bro.
It's like-
that is absolutely ridiculous.
And-
Because that Best of
Oh,
Me,
see, he's still going.
that Best of Me Jay-Z verse,
That's like using the Nas, and you can't use anything that's super lyrical.
yeah,
Right,
word.
right.
You can't.
Right.
That's unfair.
And that's what we were up against in that verses. But that's besides the point. Like, we had a good time with According to Hip Hop. Shout
We
out to
did.
y'all.
Good dude.
It was fun.
But
Absolutely.
it's more
fun.
about the people who ingested the verses. This whole idea that we come on here and we talk glowingly about Jay-Z is somehow a blight against rap. It's ridiculous.
The thing is, we have to get out of this sort of myopic view of everything. This black or white, right? You know,
objective,
you're
you
either
hate
on
them.
one complete end of the spectrum or a completely opposite end of the spectrum. That's not how the world works,
Don't
man.
work like that.
It doesn't work at all like that. And I don't know where y'all from. I don't know what y'all lives is like. I'm not gonna speculate,
Sin calling y'all out.
but that's not how the world works, bro.
And you know
at
what?
all.
And
Like
you know
Sin
what?
said, man.
go ahead, Dini.
Like there's two halves. We just happen to be the balance. Shout out to myself. We just happen to be the balance that sees both angles. And then if you're on the opposite ends, it's hard for you to be where the balance is. It's hard for you to see the angles that we see it from. All you see is I'm either fully with it or I'm fully against it.
It's like you should be allowed to have an opinion on something without someone trying to generalize your opinion as this is who you are. Like, I had one nigga in the comment section say that I'm a fake tough guy, fake cool guy. I'm like, bro, you don't know me. You don't know me, guy. Whoever, I forget his name. But it's like, because I'm on here laughing with my homies, and that's another aspect of the show that y'all don't understand.
The comedy.
We're not here as fucking experts
Bro.
telling you what to think. We're four friends who just happen to record a conversation about rap. We try to make it as real as possible. Like, the same shit we would say privately wherever we at is the same shit we do on the pod. So sometimes when I start making fun of Nas, it's not that I hate Nas, it's because Sincere likes Nas, and I know if I say some funny shit about it, it's gonna upset him.
Scribbled in your notepad vibes.
That's why I keep saying it. Not because I hate Nas, but because I like to bother Nas fans.
Right.
We package it in podcast form to serve it as content to y'all, but these conversations could just as easily be had
Bro, we've
in the
had
barbershop. In the barbershop,
I mean, what more do they want
at
though,
the
bro?
barbecue,
Nas,
in
one
your
of Nas's
backyard?
biggest
You right.
fans. I said Nas was hip hop's greatest lyricist. What
Listen,
more do they
I don't
want, bro?
I don't understand. Like, did y'all not see the Ether versus Takeover episode?
Bro,
Have y'all
Come
not
on.
seen us talk about Magic so glowingly?
did they not see the first
High
King's
rates.
Disease
But
review?
But some
the second.
some of them have, and then when I say there's this one song that I kind of don't. Oh, you a fake Nas fan? Come on, man.
Like, how are you not allowed to criticize rappers? Like every other rapper you can critique, especially Jay-Z. But the minute we critique Nas, it's a problem.
Nas fan base is hard,
So
man.
Nostradamus is a classic too, right?
Everything is a classic. You know what I mean? It's like, we could talk about, you said, talk about a 10-track album. We love 9 of them tracks, but the one song I don't like, you're bugging, you're fake. Like, nah. And you know what? I'll apologize because I know I'm too antagonistic. I told y'all didn't come outside, and I really offended a lot of people, apparently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the corner y'all put me in when y'all act the way y'all act about music. And some of the things y'all say in the comment section, y'all cannot think you can hide in the comments. I'm gonna say it again. The comments on the Rap Roundtable page is not a safe space. I know a lot of channels, they could go and they get their shit off. They say whatever to these creators. You're not safe in our comment section. If you say some fly shit,
We will find you.
we will find you and respond to you. You know what I'm saying? So tread lightly and think before you talk. That's all I'm saying. But this show is about niggas talking about rap. You're gonna disagree. You're gonna agree. But the objective is to have some fun, have some laughs,
Enjoy it.
and do the same shit they do with their friends when they talk about rap.
Exactly.
Why do we have to add now? I think we post even some shit. I posted I forgot what it was in the community section, and the dude was like, "Oh," I said, "This is not even our words. This is a Twitter screenshot," and I shared it with y'all for your opinion. The caption said thoughts. He said, "By you sharing it, you're a publication, so you're responsible for it." I'm like, what the fuck?
That's wild. That's a lot of responsibility on our,
I literally
on our
said-
shoulders, yo.
I didn't say this post is facts. Check mark.
What do y'all think
Thoughts.
about it? Wow.
So thoughts means we co-sign it.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? All right.
Apparently.
Listen, you come to
Listen,
this.
look, the more we grow, apparently they see us in a certain light.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that. But we're at the end of the day, we're four bros. We just kicking it,
Coming
drinking
up.
a little bit, arguing a little bit, agreeing a little bit. You know what I mean? We chilling, we
Keeping it
vibing.
100.
That's it. So that's how you can take in the Rap Roundtable. Be prepared to be happy and upset, but don't make any rash generalizations. There's gonna be a time when I'm gonna say some shit about Nas you don't like, and you're just gonna have to wear that. Or curse me out in the comments. But don't take it out on the other three guys. Talk to me specifically.
There you
This
go.
is always me.
I'm gonna
it's
s-
not them, it's me.
I'm gonna start putting our names on the videos just so they
Nah,
y'all could direct
Mets
your
hat.
Put
ire.
Mets hat for me because that's what apparently
Mets hat, you Mets
Yeah.
hat. Even with the LA Dodgers hat, you Mets hat.
Mets hat, Coogee
But
sweater.
wait, Mets hat
wing
isn't even
stand.
a Mets hat. So
Yeah. Forget explaining yourself because I did that already and they didn't give a fuck. So you know what I mean? This shit's exhausting, bro. Like fellas, because it's mostly men.
Learn
fellas.
your logo.
Come on now.
Y'all didn't joke around with your homies. What we doing here?
You too, Leah.
Leah.
yeah, Leah too.
Leah, you was
too.
moving real
Fellas
oppy.
and
Real
Leah.
oppy.
Come
In that
on.
verses.
Milwaukee.
I see you
Real
in them other
oppy.
comments, Leah.
You not in the mix with us no more, Leah. Tuh.
Got an eye on you.
Tuh. And you a therapist too. You should already understand what's going on. I watch the podcast.
Matter of
Shit.
fact, come on the table. Come on. Here's your
Pull up.
invitation.
And that's
Pull up.
and that's another thing that gets me tight. We invited y'all on the show.
We did.
If you feel some type of way about what we say about Nas in particular, feel free to pull up. We got about 2 extra seats here, 2 extra mics.
We in Brooklyn,
Pull up.
New York.
You can call in if
Pull
you can't.
up.
You know what I mean?
Catch the Uber.
One dude
Catch
was
the
like,
2
"Oh, he's
train.
that," and I say,
Take a
"Oh,
revel, whatever you got to
Take
do.
a revel.
Fact.
whatever you got to do. Come on the show. Save them paragraphs you write on YouTube. Come on the podcast. Holla at us. And if you can't, you're not in the New York area, you can call into the show and get your shit off. We don't live in comment sections like you in the chats. None of that. We want human interaction.
Talk
There
to
you
the
go.
people.
Because it's about rap at the end of the day, not 4 experts that think they know more than you. Get that inferiority shit the fuck out of here. That's the Rap Roundtable, y'all.
Well said, Joe.
You should have hit the get off my lawn real quick.
Is it? I thought it was
A
too
little
early for
early.
It
that.
was too early, but hit it. Fuck it.
Pre-lawn.
Get off the lawn, bro.
Hey,
Get off the lawn
Beautiful.
and come inside, okay? You see this table? The Rap Roundtable. Join us. Where's my drop at? Fuck that.
pull up.
The Rap Roundtable.
Join us. Join us. Anyway, we gotta
Please.
talk about some rap news.
Let's go.
Ah, man, that was dope.
Very.
Pusha-T
Necessary.
released his single and visual
Yeah.
for Diet Coke, a real clever name.
He did.
Based on what I'm hearing on the socials, it might be a Diet Coke-y album. You know what I mean? So the lead single might have a purpose. You know what I mean? We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So, Mase, the video, the record, what are your thoughts on Diet Coke?
Well, Diet Coke, as soon as Push dropped, the little teaser about it, the internet went crazy. And I want to say that about Pusha-T at this point. Pusha-T is one of those rappers that as soon as he decides he's going to drop, everybody goes crazy. Don't look at the charts. Don't look at the numbers. Pusha-T is one of those rappers in the game that he holds a lot of weight with people whose opinions matter, like ours. So, people were ready for it. You know what I mean? And I will say, I didn't like it.
Oh.
or I won't say I didn't like it. It wasn't. It wasn't what I
That's crazy,
thought it
bro.
would be. It wasn't. Yeah, I give it maybe 6.5, 7
I'm hitting
for Pusha. Pusha.
I'm hitting y'all with that. What is it? The Chappelle Dylon, the confused face.
And this is because of the high standards that Push has set for himself.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
okay.
I'm not saying that it's CLB levels. All right,
Hold
guys?
on, Mase, be clear. You're not saying it's trash. Because
saying
again,
it's
we gotta be
recycling.
clear.
We're not saying it's trash.
Because we're haters too.
No. According to them, it's either fire. It's either 10 or 0.
Disclaimers for
10 or 0.
everything.
Those are the only
I
two.
forgot,
Those are
guys.
the only two rating for
right,
anything.
right. You're not saying it's trash.
Not saying it's
Okay.
trash. A little overproduced to me. The beat was okay. The Joey Crack scratches were all right. I feel like the yesterday's price is not today's price is already played out by now. You know what I mean? I don't think like it's gonna hit.
It was 2 months too late with that.
Exactly. It's a little overused at this point, and it makes me feel like that'll take away from being a timeless record. If you guys understand what I mean. The bars were there. It's Pusha T, top notch bars. Every line was a bar. I mean.
Wrong drop.
Pusha T is one of the best rappers of all time. It's what I was expecting from him, bar wise. Okay. But the whole entire song, I heard it. I haven't listened to it since that day. If you want to be honest with, if you want me to be honest with you guys,
jump in here.
I've had it on repeat since that day.
Wow. Why?
I love it.
Well, elaborate.
I love it.
Oh,
It's.
okay.
I mean,
what do you like about it, Sin?
what's there not to like? The bars are there.
Okay.
He barring it up.
Absolutely.
The flows is there. He damn near channeled Big on that second verse. The way he did that was immaculate. And the beat it's simple. It's stripped back. I don't know why you say it's overproduced. I think some people might say it's underproduced, right? Because like there's no bass line. There's not much of a like bottom to it. The drums aren't really hitting like that. And at first, I was kind of with Mase, just because, like you said, Pusha T hasn't dropped his own song in like 4 years.
Right.
No, nothing that's credited to him. Right. Features here and there, but nothing from him personally. So when that happens, right? The build up happens, right?
Absolutely.
And then you finally hear that he's gonna drop a single, and you're like, oh shit, like this is gonna be like the heavens are gonna open up, the coke heavens are gonna
We let y'all know the
open,
last
and
episode.
we're gonna it's gonna be
of coke.
snowing down on us. But then it wasn't what y'all might have been expecting. And when I first heard it, I was like, all right, this wasn't what I was expecting. But then the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, the bars are there. I love the beat, even though it's simple and stripped down. And to me, this is that beat is kind of like sort of like the undergroundization of the mainstream, because it's a very, it's just a loop.
Hold on.
It's not much drums.
Speaking of beats, the beat you hear in the background is done by Sincere the Rap Snob.
That's a fact. That's
when
a
he's
fact.
talking about
Holla
beats,
at
he knows
me.
what the fuck he's talking about.
Beats.
Super
Holla at me.
producer.
But the beat is clean, like it's got that sheen on it. But if it had like a little bit more grit or a little bit more fuzz, it could just as easily be like a Rock Marciano beat. You know what I mean? Just a loop for him to like go off with the bars, right? So to me, it's like pushes back. He's spitting fire. The bars are there. The flow is there. The pocket is there. And then the beat is right up my alley.
Yeah.
So on repeat for days.
Beanie, jump in, bro.
Yo, I mean, I love the record, man. The bars, the flow, the cadence, the energy, what we all know and love from Push, the big S flow on the track, added in with the Big and Puff aesthetic from the video. That pretty much cemented it for me. The beat is definitely a head knocker. Like, I feel like that would be a beat that we would hear at like stadium events. As far as like during a play or something like that. He paid homage to a lot of greats: Jay-Z, Puff, Big, Kanye, Fat Joe, Missy. And I think as far as the shameless Fat Joe ad-libs, the lack of bass in the beat and the straight coke rap content, I think this is Push letting you know this is coke rap, and this is what I'm giving you. I don't give a fuck what you say you want from me, what you think you need from me. This is what I've been giving you literally since 2003.
Right.
And you've been loving me since, so you just giving us what we love. We're the addicts, we're the listeners,
I mean, well, the rap game,
Calling
they
us
always say the rap
crackheads,
game and the drug game are kind
you go.
of related in a lot of ways. Since Jay-Z retired, allegedly, Pusha T has been like my favorite rapper. That's the guy that I look to in this current market. Benny kind of knocked him out late 2021, but Push, when he drops, like that's all that matters for me. So when I hear this song, part of it, I'm thinking about what his last outing was, what his feature sounded like prior to this, what the leak at the fashion show sounded like a few weeks ago, and then I hear Diet Coke, and I was disappointed. I listened to it.
No, don't mumble it, man. Get your shit off.
I was disappointed. You know what I mean?
Speak your truth,
and the
man.
thing is, I did the thing where you try to run it back to back to see if I'm tripping. I put the phone down, came back an hour later, played it again, and I'm like, I don't like this song.
Did you play it in the car?
Played it in the car.
Okay.
Damn.
And that's the thing, like, first, the beat bothers me a lot. It's like the drum, the way the shit knocks is, I said it in the group chat, it sounds like a speaker that blew. Like, it sounds really flat. Like if there was a sound that I could say, like a vibe or a treble or whatever the word is that the producer talks in, that beat you heard like on Mr. Pyrex, man, the way the drum hit on that, I felt like this needed that same kind of rumble, that treble kind of vibe because it's so flat.
More
You know what I
bassy?
mean? Yeah, more bassy, but a little bit of 808s. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
No more 808s.
Mafia.
808.
No more 808s.
It's a little bit, but
Let the
I love
808s go,
808s. I ain't
fellas.
gonna
And
lie.
this is
Dudes
the
out
thing.
there,
I
just
love 808s.
try something else,
They
man.
work, man. If,
I
you-
love
if,
them, man.
if disposed right, deployed right.
when
T-Pain
deployed
voice.
right.
Do something else.
So be clear, when we scale rappers, certain rappers, the Pusha T level rappers, when we grade them, we're grading them against themselves, not
true.
against the sport.
And Daytona
So when I
was
say
crazy,
I'm
so.
disappointed, and that's what I mean. Like when I think about what Daytona sounded like, and then I hear this, I'm like, this is a step down for me automatically. When it comes to this, the acoustics, if this is what we're leading with, what does the rest of the album sound like? To Mace's point about overproduction, maybe that's not the right word per se, but I would say, Mase, that it was trying too hard. With the whole yesterday's price is not today's price, then the unnecessary Joey crack scratches on there. It seemed like he was trying to do his best Dilla impersonation. Shout out to Ye. I know Ye loves Dilla, but those scratches sounded real Dilla-esque.
And it's that
on
time of
there.
the month.
And it's that time of the month. So it's like, I just wasn't impressed with it. You know what I mean? I felt like Pusha T made the record. We talked about it on the table that certain beats Push can do what he does. I felt like the whackness of the beat, no disrespect to 88 Keys, kind of took Pusha's powers away from him a little bit. Pusha did his best he could to make the shit lit, but I feel like when this album drops, and hold me to this, that's gonna be a song that we all skip. It's gonna be a skip.
Exactly how I feel.
I love that song, bro.
Oh no, man.
I'm putting it up on wax.
Oh, no.
I should have you on
We'll
head
come
bop
back.
mode
I
on the
gotta
way
back
agree
to
with
it.
Job.
That's a
I
fact.
think
We'll
every
come back
track
to it.
on Daytona is better than Diet Coke.
Yes.
Daytona was elite, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't say every.
But I do like
I think
Diet
about
Coke, man.
him. Think about all of the band verses we got. Shout out to Aubrey that was like that got blocked, and I think he did the Maybach verse that got blocked. The other joint
Yeah.
that he
That was
did with the
elite.
Mississauga bar in it that got blocked. It's
Joint
like
with Pop Smoke too, right?
Yeah, and you hear these songs, and then you hear this. It's like Push. I think about the joint he did on Freddie Gibbs' album, like when he was all world spitting. All of those are better than this.
Palm Olive, yeah.
Palm Olive. The joint he did that leaked at the fashion show. I'm waiting for that song. That's the Push I want to hear.
Facts.
So I'm a little disappointed, but it's not whack. It has potential to be either a good album cut or a skip, but it's not a lead single, in my opinion.
It's not that's the thing I was saying about expectations. It's not a lead single.
The video did make me like it more too.
It's it's an album cut. But you know what I mean? I could see why people looking towards a Push lead single would say, damn, this should have been bigger.
Yeah.
There should have been more drums on it. There should have been like a
Such a nostalgic feeling to me though when I listen to the
breakdown
record,
somewhere
man.
in between. You know what I mean?
So y'all was feeling the video?
The video was fire.
Yo,
to me.
I love
Executive
it.
producer,
It gives me,
all in the
it gives me
video,
big
dancing.
Puff
I love
vibes.
this.
Kanye
like
West
that?
captured Puff, man.
You know, but to Deanie's point, when he talks about verses, nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Right.
And seeing that shit made me feel very good. You
There
know what I
you
mean?
go.
I love shit like that. I love Young Diddy with the Jerry curl dancing. You know what I'm saying? So
He wasn't hitting the Diddy bop, right?
It was like a
but
flavor in your ear kind of vibe.
Kanye's not a
to it.
dancer. You know?
He's a little stiff.
He's a little stiff.
little
you know what I
stiff
mean?
on the Diddy
He
bop,
ain't Diddy.
man.
He ain't Diddy. That part. Conway the Machine
Yeah.
linked up with the Griselda boys. We got the Griselda Big Three, something we haven't gotten in a little minute. As Benny, not Benny, Westside Gun is building out. the new Griselda, the new era. Shout out to Rome Street, Stove God Cooks, Boldy James, etc., etc. He's building out the new Griselda, but anytime the three get together, now it feels like the Olympic team. Like before, it was like this is like all right, we know the three, but now it's like, oh shit, it's a big deal when these three get together.
Right.
I thought the record was fire. What I will say now, and on a rare occasion, John Wolflick is the name of the record. Yo, it sure seemed like Conway had a point to prove with the ball work, the pocket work, the extra. It was like 4 or 8 bars on the second verse before Benny jumped in. Yo,
yeah.
Conway must have heard motherfuckers like me saying, Benny's getting you out of the way, Conway. Because La Machina, yo.
Spits, man.
When I tell you, as much as I love Pusha and as much as I love Benny, to me, Conway, right now, to me, is already in the same class with the Kiss and SP as far as the whole bag as far as technical rap. East Coast,
that's a hard
rap.
bar.
That's high praise.
Kiss worked his way up, and SP too. That's hard.
Yo, Conway special,
it's
bro.
Like 95, 96 efforts.
He's special.
20.
I'm not saying, be clear. What I'm saying is he's not nicer.
Yeah.
Right. What I'm talking about,
level.
He's at that level as far as
That's
skill.
high praise.
Yeah. He's a shogun, bro. He's a shogun in the making as far as being nice with the pen,
lyrically
the flow, the breathing, the voice.
Real quick, can I just pause you for a second? I'm gonna need y'all to have the same energy for him with that bar that y'all had for me when I said Nas was on. Andre was on Nas's team.
There was some pushback. There was some pushback.
There was pushback.
The same energy.
You know why it's bullshit? Because the show is recorded, and when we jumped you changed your words and you backpedaled. And he caught that shit. It didn't happen.
That shit was Captain America and the Winter Soldier versus Iron Man.
Y'all was jumping him, though.
I said,
damn,
I need the same energy.
No, we did it because you're putting 3 Stacks, period, on the same level. I'm saying the skill set of Conway is right there with Kiss and SP. He's in that class. I was saying. It didn't sound that way to us.
It sounded a little more harsh, bro. A lot more harsh.
I still think it's nonsense. I don't think so.
Anyway, my bad for throwing this on.
I was trying to avoid that topic today, but here we are.
So let me.
It's like Peter Griffin and the chicken right now.
Let me jump in here,
Our Atlanta fan base is
so
going
I think the record's a good record.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more the same that we getting from them.
Well, I was getting there, but carry on.
You know what I'm saying?
Carry on, please.
All right, basically what I want to say is like they're talented enough to give us hard records that can last. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like this is gonna be a record we're listening to in 3-4 years. Like this isn't like this isn't like a Claire's Back. This isn't like a George Bondo. Allah Sent Me, Spurs 3, Butch in the Bible.
But I'm not sure if it was supposed to be.
But I want shit like that from them. Like we know they can get on a record together and flame a verse. Yeah. But we know they can
Conway
do that.
did.
He flamed it.
Benny did.
But I want something I could like that sticks to the ribs.
So
you know what I'm saying?
All right. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What wasn't it for you? Or what was it lacking?
The beat was as regular Griselda as Griselda can be.
He's Derringer.
Yeah.
His bag is a little limited.
It wasn't the Derringer that like sticks to the ribs.
Yeah, they're gonna get mad at me about that too.
Oh boy.
Derringer fans.
Jarv, you know to do it.
What am I doing?
You gotta do the Derringer voice.
Oh no,
You gotta do it, man. Derringer.
I can't do it tonight. I'm not in that pocket.
Copy.
I gotta agree with Danny.
I would just record that and make it a drop.
You should.
Yeah.
The bar work was heavy. Conway went crazy. All of them went crazy. You know what I mean? But this sounded like a song that was just sitting in a folder, bro. Like, let's keep it in a bug. Like this sound like regular standard Griselda fare. You know what I mean? Not too high, not too low. You know, it did not do it for a first single. It didn't bring any new listeners. You know what I mean? It didn't provide a classic moment. You know what I mean? It just was kind of, you know, just like the other single, the piano single he dropped. It just kind of was, you know, what Conway does, you know, and while I believe exactly what Dogg believes about Conway might There's some days where I listen to Conway and I say this guy is the best rapper alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly, you know what I mean?
effortless.
This guy he goes crazy every verse. You know what I mean? So it's no disrespect to him, but when I heard this, I just was underwhelmed. I didn't. Nothing made me want to add it to my playlist. Nothing made me want to come back to it. All it did was make me want to listen to other songs that he did. You know what I mean? It didn't make me feel like this album is about to be crazy. You know what I mean? So.
Sheesh.
You know, I'm not trying to get on Conway, but that's how I felt. It just felt like, all right, you know, I heard this before. You know what I mean? Like, this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Bro. That's crazy, bro.
I could go one or two ways. Dogg or these two. Dini and Mase. I'm gonna have to concur with Dini and Mase though, man. The shit is hard. Pause. It's hard.
Lyrically, it's always gonna be tough.
Yeah, we know what we
tough.
gonna get.
I mean, that's his
It's
average.
tough.
Yeah, for him.
But like they said, it's the same Conway fare, it's the same Griselda fare. Yeah, man, and like you were saying, Jav, like Conway, to me, Conway has been my favorite out of the Griselda camp, the Griselda OG3 from day one, right? You've been the Benny guy, I've been the Conway guy, and you know, I'm the Conway fan. I'm a Conway fan because, like you said, like he spits so effortless. Like it's like he don't gotta think about it. He don't gotta be like, yo, how am I gonna say this line? It just
works.
comes.
It don't even sound like he's trying when he's rhyming,
You know
bro.
what I mean?
It's
And
like
it comes
really
on
light.
so like the pocket work and like the shit he says is hard and clever, and so it's not that he's lacking. The production is dope, but it's the same thing that we've been hearing from Griselda for years, and they've done it better before, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Better.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
And
think
so-
the Griselda aesthetic, to jump in for a quick second, Sim, before I pass it back, I think it hit its zenith with Pray for Paris. And I feel like they've had some moments where they recapture it here and there, but like as a complete body of work, Pray for Paris was the peak Griselda aesthetic. And they've been doing this. It's been a slow decline, but a decline nevertheless. Go ahead, Sim.
Yeah, man. And I've said this before. I would like for Conway, if I had any say in it whatsoever, I would want for Conway to like step out of that comfort zone for a little bit. We haven't talked about the Benny single yet.
No, we getting there.
though,
We
but
getting
we
there.
getting there.
He did for the last album. You don't think so?
Yes, but this is now gonna be his major label Shady Day. Is it
Debut.
Shady?
Yeah, it's a shady. It's a shady
Major
album, man.
label Shady debut. And I know he wants to give his fans what they want. You know what I mean? Obviously, his fans are gonna want more of that Derringer, more of that hard shit, and I get that. But when I think about
Little fine.
there you go.
Yo, man, they
when I
gonna get at
think
you
about,
again,
like,
man. Dodgers hat. Can't stand you.
when I think about Conway's level of rhyme expertise, right, and I think about other MCs in the past, right, like when Biggie hit us with Juicy, right, if it wasn't for Puff, Biggie wouldn't have hit us with Juicy. Biggie would have kept making Machine Gun Funk
There you
and
go.
all that other shit, right? When I think about Nas, If I Ruled the World, when I think about other some of my favorite artists that that kind of like stepped out of their comfort zone and kind of reinvented themselves, right? Kanye, Jay, Common, The Roots, even whether mainstream or underground, like. I want more for Conway. I want him to step out of that comfort zone he's in and really try something different. To me, we haven't gotten to Benny, but like while we've said this in the past, Benny has a certain aesthetic that's similar to Jay, right? To me, Conway his aesthetic is somewhat similar
Big.
to I'm gonna say Ghostface.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say Ghostface because Ghostface can hit you with the hard shit,
Yep.
but then he
Pretty
could be
tone.
vulnerable and he could hit you with some sentimental shit. You know what I mean? And I feel like Conway has that in him. He has that chamber, but I don't know what it is that he's not tapping into it. Maybe he's afraid to tap into it. I don't know. But
Let me
I
ask
wish
you
he would
this.
tap into that.
Is it that not Conway, Benny has shown us what it could sound like if you take that level of rap and start dabbling with other producers as opposed to staying with the Griselda aesthetic that's making it difficult for Conway?
It's possible. Again, you know, like
Benny showing us what it could be.
Well, comfort zones come in a lot of, you know, different ways. You know what I mean? It could be a content comfort zone. Maybe Conway just wants to keep hitting you with hard shit, and I got my gun is this big, and I'm gonna hit you with this many bullets, and like he does that well. You know what I mean? It could also be that, you know, he has a comfort zone with the production, and a lot of artists fall into that. You know what I mean?
Yo, it's interesting seeing the dichotomy between the two, because you're hoping Ghostface for Conway, while Job compares him to Jada. And Jada's biggest issue was what? His lack of range.
Right.
You know, the fact that he couldn't go certain places that the Jays and the Nas's of his era, even though he was technically proficient. You know what I mean? He couldn't get to that level because of his lack of range. So it's interesting seeing the two sides of Conway that you guys are mentioning.
Still one of the nicest. But Benny the Butcher dropped Johnny P's Caddy, featuring J. Cole. That alone got him his first Billboard Hot 100 placement.
Shouts to Benny,
Shout out to Benny.
for
You know what I
that.
mean? The constant leveling up. The song, by the time this episode reaches people, it's done what it needed to do. So we don't need to break the song down as much. Yeah. But the conversation coming out of the song, I think, is a little more interesting than the song itself. The song is fire. But the streets are saying that Cole won that decisively. The streets are even saying that Cole took a shot at Benny. Depending on who you ask, it was or it wasn't. Deanie, what do you think about that particular collaboration and the shots thrown by J. Cole?
On the first listen, I gave it to Benny.
Okay, same.
Having the better verse. As I listen to it more and more now, I see clearly J. Cole smoked him. Not smoked him. The smoke is a tough word.
It was a 10-9 round.
Yeah, smoke is
a tough word. Just he bested him.
Yeah.
As far as the aesthetic of the song, I feel like that song has the lasting power that I feel like that John Woo Flick doesn't have. If that means anything.
Well, look at the beat. Look at the sound.
Beat,
look at the vibe.
sample, the way they rap to it. I thought J. Cole took several shots at Benny. Because everything was about the dudes that's hard. You get what I'm saying?
I got something to say about that, but I want my brothers to cook first.
I really want to hear that too.
But Mase, what do you think about? Because this is your type of shit. Like, dudes collaborating and then the shots being fired on the collab.
That's my type of shit. You know, I mean, shouts to Benny. This is exactly, I mean, I don't mean to just repeat the exact thing Deanie said, but it's true. You know, this is exactly what John Woo Flick lacked. You know, a visual. They had a snippet go viral where you learned about his father. You know what I mean? And the origin of the song, the video was crisp. You know what I mean? It's something you want to watch again. Two high-level lyricists going back and forth. It sounded like J. Cole recorded his verse last, is what I'll say.
Definitely.
Because J. Cole, from the beginning, to me, it didn't take me more than one listen to find out that he smoked our guy Benny. But I think, did he take a couple shots at him? Maybe, but it's more of the, the Benny type of rapper is the anti J. Cole rapper.
Yeah.
So I think that was more of it than him taking an exact shot at Benny. When people try to say what J. Cole isn't, they give an example of a person like Benny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think he was taking shots. If Benny didn't feel like it, because he didn't change up the verse or anything, hit dogs holler. So if Benny was fine with it, I'm fine with it.
But the guns and drug bars that y'all relying got these nerves thinking you niggas as hard as I am.
But there's a lot of drug rappers
right.
out there.
Exactly.
Right.
Who's the prominent ones right now?
I mean,
Pusha-T?
But that's
Pusha, Griselda. Jeezy ain't make nothing in years, man.
Jeezy ain't make nothing in years.
Go ahead, Sin.
Yeah, y'all
Go ahead.
I got something to say.
I appreciated Cole. First of all, I just hearing Cole jump on the record and be like, Griselda shit.
Yeah, that's fire.
That puts a stamp on Griselda.
The Butcher coming.
Crazy,
he was talking
man.
shit.
I think this is Benny at his best. Not saying this is the best Benny song or that this is the best song we're gonna get out of Benny.
Right.
I'm just saying the tone of the record, the subject matter of the record, the visuals of the record.
Deep.
Benny can be reflective without being sentimental, and that is where his strength is. Like again, going
First
back
person,
to like,
bro, he takes you right there.
Again, going back to the comparison to Jay. You know what I mean? Not to say he's as nice as Jay or he's gonna be as successful as Jay or whatever, but like Jay was always able to be reflective without being sentimental. And I feel like, some listeners, they want the sentimentality, they want more feeling, but some niggas just got their hard skin. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you're not gonna get too deep into them, but they're gonna be able to tell you the shit that they've been through and reflect on it and be like, this is where I went right, this is where I went wrong. And yeah, I think this is a good move for Benny. This is and I like the beat. It's an Alchemist beat, but it doesn't sound like an Alchemist beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is a strong. And J. Cole comes in, and I'm not gonna talk. My brothers have already spoken enough about like the competitiveness between those two. But yeah, man, Cole, chill out, man.
Yeah,
relax, man. You ain't got to do that every time. Like, come on.
And here's where I'll jump in, and I'll praise Cole first. I think if anyone has benefited the most from Kendrick's sabbatical, it's J. Cole. To me, J. Cole approached that record the way any person who believes they're the number one rapper would when the up-and-coming guy is asking for a verse. He got on that record, and he did what he's been doing as far as body and features, but it sure seems like he understood the assignment. Like, oh, this is Benny the Butcher. This is
a guy that raps.
This is a guy that raps. So I can't just flow you up with a couple of nice little lines. I gotta bring the bars. And he did that at a level that I don't think we've heard J. Cole reach yet. I think this is the continuation of his last release as far as his pen. I think J. Cole is actually getting better. But Dini, what I need you to do right now is to pull that verse up for me. Can you repeat the bar about like the drug bars and the fan base?
But the guns and drug bars that y'all relying got these nerds thinking that you niggas as hard as I am.
What kills me about that verse, right? And when I said I got something to say, is this. J. Cole's whole career has been based on nerds liking his shit.
Indeed.
So the temerity of J. Cole to now call out the nerds that like Griselda when we know personally, Mase, one nerd who never listened to rap, whose entry to rap, I'm not calling his name, please don't call his name.
Please.
I'm not.
His entry to rap was J. Cole. Because J. Cole was rapping about college life and whatever the fuck.
Right.
There was a lot of squares.
He brought a lot of people in.
There was a lot of squares at J. Cole concerts because he brought the nerds out.
So y'all stuffed that nerd in the locker a couple times.
It's really ironic to now see J. Cole rapping about the nerds. And granted, he's right. We've gone to some of these underground shows. There's people in those shows that you don't expect to see.
That's a fact.
You feel me? The nerds love the hard shit. It is what it is. But nevertheless, fuck out of here, Cole. Yeah. You here because of the nerds. So don't call out the nerds because Griselda's lit now. Because the nerds left you and they broke up with you and with the fucking Benny in them. The fuck out of here. I'm not buying that.
Introduced with the nerds, man.
Your whole career, your whole stardom, the whole platinum without a feature is based on nerds. What are we talking about?
He's not wrong.
What are we talking about here? That bar got me really upset because I immediately thought about our friend and a lot of our friends who liked Cole, supported Cole, and this is not an insult. This ain't
every
wrong
show,
with,
bro.
There's nothing wrong with nerd culture. Them nerds getting paid to get into the bag. There's nothing wrong with that.
Getting other people paid and getting them to the bag.
You feel me?
Right.
But do not talk about niggas fan base when you're hoping not. Maybe 75% of your fan base
is a part
is
of that team. Yeah.
Snoop Dogg. Now the owner of Death Row Records. That's crazy to me. We all lived through that. Like, I gotta go to sin for this.
Listen,
Snoop Dogg buying Death Row? What the fuck?
Listen, man. We're a little low on time, so I'm gonna speed it up. What the fuck? What can we say about this? You love to see it, man. It's incredible. 30 years plus into his career, and he buys the label that he started at and was kind of forced out of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For his own sake, because he was, because Suge was who he was. His disagreements with Pac, very well documented. He said it himself. That's not my speculation, right? Look it up, Google it. Right? He did not like the direction that label and those specific persons. He didn't like the direction they were going in. He didn't like the energy. He was like, nah, I got to get the fuck out of here for my own sake, right? Leaves 30 years later, comes right back around. The label's just there for the buying. And he said, let me just drop this bag on the table. That shit is mine now. That's fucking crazy. That's beautiful. Nice. Also, I'm not a religious person at all, by any means. But look at God. Look at God. Look at where Dre is at. Now look at where Snoop is at. And where Suge Knight at.
Damn.
Wow, bro.
Damn,
That's crazy,
heavy.
bro.
That's crazy, bro. I think it's a beautiful thing to see. I love, you know what it is? I talk about it when I watch movies now, like in Hollywood. There's it seems like they don't believe in happy endings anymore. To me, Snoop is the perfect end to the movie. Getting death row after everything that transpired, being in a position. Snoop has found a way to stay relevant for 30 years?
Throughout.
30 years of this shit.
Throughout.
And now you bought death row?
Beautiful.
Super Bowl with Dr. Dre? Like,
Chef's kiss.
what the fuck? Like, when you think about, like a writer can't pen that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
West Coast Legend buys the most legendary West Coast record label while running the most legendary president of the most legendary East Coast label
of all
Def
time.
Jam /
Snoop
Death
Dogg's
Row.
life is
That's crazy.
Where's the Snoop Dogg biopic? Do y'all got anything to add to that?
Gotta have,
He might have made this move with part of him probably thinking about, I want this biopic, but before the biopic ends, I'm gonna need to buy it.
So these are my thoughts. First of all, I just want to say shout out to Snoop for that. I think that's crazy to end up on the label that you first dropped your first album on, Timeless Classics, with legendary artists and producers. I think that's beautiful. I really want to know though, when he buys a label, does that mean you get everything though? You got even like the Tupac catalog?
It's the brand. He bought the brand.
Yeah,
it's the brand. It's not the catalog.
Not the
it's
catalog.
the brand.
I mean, still, nonetheless, that's a
That's a
massive
big
deal.
deal. It's a big deal.
Records is a thing now.
Right.
Is it
No,
gonna be Death
Interscope
Row
own
Def
that
Jam?
Tupac
Snoop could
catalog.
possibly if anybody could resurrect that, Snoop could.
Is it Death Row Def Jam or we don't know?
Why not?
It's not right now.
Yo, y'all watching this?
Why not Def?
If y'all know, put it in the comments. Is it Death Row Def Jam? I'd like to know.
Why not Def Row?
Shout out to Snoop.
Def Row.
Oh God,
Why not?
Go away.
Why not?
Go away.
Why not?
You know what's funny? I don't use this drop all day. It's coming out now.
Why not?
The fuck are you talking about?
It might work.
The fuck are you talking about?
Bro, shout out
no
to the
cigar, Dean. I love you though, man.
Bro.
Shout out to
Go
the
away, bro.
dad.
Go away. I'm taking Sin's bar. Go away.
I hate y'all niggas.
Mase, what's going on the younger side of the sport, bro?
So we just like Sin said, I'm not going to drag it out, but we got a couple people we need to shout out. Me and Jav was going back and forth in the chat, folks. But I want to shout out both of them. Shouts to Gunna. You know, his just Pushin' P is one of the hottest songs in the country. My man is I don't know if it's a paparazzi thing or not, but it seems to be dealing with Chloe Bailey. If Google it, if y'all don't know who she is.
It sure seems like a well-placed relationship at the time.
You know, it does. It does. That's how they do. She needs a good look, you know. But shouts to Gunna, you know what I mean? The best he's doing in his career. Shouts to NBA Youngboy. 2 #1 albums this year. They just certified a couple more of his records. He's at over 62 million records sold. He passed J. Cole and Future.
What?
62
NBA
million.
Youngboy sold 60.
NBA Youngboy.
Why does no one
NBA.
talk about this guy?
He's sold more than Future and
People
J.
love
Cole
Youngboy,
We're not
officially.
tapped in. He's too young for it.
Officially.
Nah, but he don't even get like Billboard treatments. Like he don't get no commercials, no nothing.
They say the industry is
House
against
arrest
him.
right now, though.
Not the fans though. So shouts to NBA
Wow,
Youngboy, man,
bro.
doing crazy
That's crazy,
numbers.
bro.
I know he did a random video with his kid on IG the other day. He got like 200,000 while he was on IG Live. Shouts to NBA Youngboy. Not any of our favorite, but the kids love him, man. So shouts to him.
Got some vibey joints.
We want to shout out Mase, who just signed to CMG. Yo Gotti.
Big deal.
Mase out of Sacramento. We gotta. I'm personally gonna start shouting out more West Coast artists. You know, because it kind of was. I kind of felt fucked up that the first time I ever mentioned Draco the Ruler was when he died.
Passed away. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I know we got a New York bias, but you know, there's a ton of
bias
cats.
too coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon. But it's a lot of cats. You know, Mase, Larry June, Dom Kennedy came back out last year. You know, Kendrick and Schoolboy are some of our favorites at the table. You know, shout out to the West Coast.
Real quick. Why I saw people upset that he signed to CMG. Could you talk about why they're upset about that?
I think it's just, you know, he had, I won't say a relationship, but he dealt with Dolph.
Oh, okay,
you know what I
okay,
mean?
okay.
And there's still the animosity between Dolph and Gotti's camp. There's rumors about such and such doing with Gotti. So, you know, that's where people were a little bit upset about it. But shouts to him, man. That's a good look. You know, Mase been doing it for years on the independent level. Got plenty of albums. Did a duet album with Sue Surf, one of my favorites. So shouts to him, man. So I want to ask you guys something. Did you guys hear the new Fabio record, City of Gods?
Nah.
Yeah.
Y'all feeling that one?
Chat, nigga?
I was man down. I got that second shot, bro. That jab, y'all. That jab knocked me down.
Healthy here at the Rap Roundtable, man. Vaxxed, you heard?
We can't make this shit up.
So,
Yo, chill. We might get canceled by the others.
we might have to edit
Somebody
that one
always
out.
trying to cancel somebody.
The world's most dangerous podcast, apparently.
Apparently.
Right? We're not safe anywhere.
Right.
Potters
here.
with attitude,
You
officially.
dig?
They mad at us. Who wouldn't be?
But I want to make a point. I'm feeling the
Foldables.
Fabio record, if y'all are as well, but it seems like Fabio is officially drifting away from the drill sound. Would you guys agree? He's expanding his sound a little bit.
I love
Alicia
drill
Keys on the
Fabio.
hook. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, his bars are stepping up. He has a little more substance. Ever since he got out of jail, it seems like Favi is stepping out of the drill wave, which is interesting.
I feel like the Kanye presence and a person in the studio say that verse is not good, or the flow, the enunciation is not good, spit it again.
Right.
He needed that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And leaning into that grime track. I keep telling y'all, drill is good. But when you
That
pick them
grime.
grime beats, the grime is where the money is, in my opinion. Rest in peace, Possible Pop knew before everybody else did.
yeah.
Grime is where
Set
it's
the
at.
tone.
You can party the grime. You can shoot the drill. It's a difference. Go ahead, Dean. Go ahead, Mase. I'm sorry.
So I say that to say that now it seems like the biggest artist in drill has stepped away from the drill sound. And I say that to lead into this. DJ Drewski out of Hot 97 has officially announced that
No more.
if your drill tracks have you're dissing your ops, you're naming gangs, you're speaking about certain facts, he's not playing your music. The NYPD has officially announced that they have a drill task force. They are
What?
listening to people. They are on IG. They are on
Wow,
social networking.
bro. That's
they
crazy, bro.
they're watching. You know what I mean? So I say that to say is that, do you guys think this is the end of drill in New York? It seems like Favi is taking the Lil Durk route,
Well,
where he's the
I think it'll
famous
just go
artist, but
underground.
he's not really making that
The
type
hip
of
hop
music.
cops have redeployed their energy to the drill niggas. That's gonna be a problem.
I agree.
And
you
with all
know,
the stuff that happens in the drill scene and the way these dudes make it so easy for the goddamn cops, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
That's a fact.
it's crazy. It's tough.
Right.
I don't sin. Don't got nothing to say about that.
I'm
With episode 40, you know, with our middle of the month episode, we debuted it last month, the Rap Roundtable Power Rankings. So we'd like to now debut the February Power Rankings. The whole idea is that sometimes guys drop off, but there's gonna always be a little continuity. If a guy is hot one month and he's still hot the next month, he'll be on the list. But if he didn't do shit since the last time he was on the list, he's gonna not be on the list. Again, we want to be as clear with y'all as possible. We're not experts, but we have ways that we do things here at the Rap
we have
Roundtable.
criteria. We don't
Criteria,
True power
we don't just,
ranking.
like-
nuance, objectivity.
We're not just shooting off at the mouth.
Yo, we gotta put that on the shirt, Deanie. Objectivity.
Objectivity.
Number 5 on the Rap Roundtable Power Ranking list for February, we have J. Cole.
Yes, sir.
Sin, talk to us about why Cole is number 5 real quick.
Because Featured Cole is back. Okay. You know? Featured Cole is a different type of Cole, man. And the thing is, like I said, and I said this when the off season came out, it felt like J. Cole put Feature Cole
On every
into
track.
the album in album mode, right? Feature Cole's a different type of animal, man. We got the joint with Benny, which we just said, like
Got
guys
Benny a
said.
chart placement.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he got him a chart
And
placement.
got himself a chart placement too.
But-
What you think about
right.
it?
And then, but he also kind of got Benny on the track. You know what I mean?
Light cook
Arguably,
up.
right?
Like
He also has a song with YG.
Yeah.
That where he's
One of the top West Coast artists.
Yeah, and he did his thing on that verse too. And he ain't got no new album cooking up or anything like that as far as we know, right? But Feature Cole showed up crazy. He was enough to creep into the 5th spot of the power ranking just off the presence alone, and he got Benny that first Billboard placement. That's heavy.
So presence, bar work, chart placement. This is why J. Cole is number 5 on the Rap Roundtable power ranking list. Number 4, we have Esco. Last month he was number 1. Folks, don't kill us for moving him from 1 last month to 4 this month.
You hate Nas.
Yeah, I don't hate Nas. Nas fans are different. But Nas the rapper. You know what I mean? We're moving further away from Magic. But he's still a very clickable item in the internet. This is me saying this. Super clickable. Got the collab with Snoop Dogg, collab with Cormega. I'll let you guys speak to that in a second. But I feel like right now, as far as the OG segment of hip hop is concerned, Nas is the premier act
Checking all
in
boxes.
rap. Jay-Z's like people keep talking like Jay, especially y'all, like he's a full-time rapper. Jay's not full-time. Jay does what he wants when he feels like it.
Businessman.
That's the reality of the situation. As far as active artists on the OG side go, Nas is controlling the culture.
Facts.
And when you put Nas' name on anything, it's gonna get a click. Nas is a big fucking
Gonna be
deal.
tough.
Real quick, and y'all want to speak to that Cormega record? Let me know.
Just real quick, it's funny because I listened because that Snoop record dropped today on his album. I haven't listened to the full album, but I went straight to the Nas record because he put it out there on Instagram. He dropped a snippet that had the Nas vocals on it, and I'm like, oh shit, Nas is on this Snoop record, and that shit sound hard.
Fire.
You go listen to it, and he don't got a verse.
I know.
It's the hook.
I know.
It's just a hook.
But Snoop
Snoop knew
he needed Nas on that.
He needed that Nas presence on IG to get them numbers up. That's power right there.
That's power.
Same thing with the Cormega record. It wasn't Cormega, but Nori went on and said it was like, "Yo, this is my new car. This is the first song I'm playing in the new car." And he
Queen
was
shit.
being proud of his Queen's brethren, Cormega and Nas getting back on the record. I mean, Cormega, it's been a long time since he's been, very long
Top
time since
notch.
he's been like a presence in the game.
Take it easy, Sin.
But again, you know what I mean? Nas being a clickable item on IG, right? Getting them numbers up. Crazy. Shouts to Nas.
Number 3 on the Rap Roundtable February Power Rankings list, we have Pusha-T.
Yeah.
Deanie, let us know why Push made the list this month.
Yo, he's on the list because you heard that Diet Coke, man. I don't know what y'all niggas is talking about. But that shit is fire. Like I said, the connects with Kanye. We know the album is coming. Like, it's Push, man. What we gotta talk about? It's Push. You know you're gonna get fire. You know you're gonna get dope beats. Y'all niggas hate this. I'm y'all niggas. But we know it's gonna
Push
be.
didn't make the beats.
I know, facts. I know it's gonna be heat though. It's Pusha T. Everything. Like I said, man, I've been listening to Push since '98, bro. When he dropped the audio joint with the funeral on it, and he's been sharp since then. So I have no doubts.
And of course, we gotta talk about it's heavy Pusha rollout season.
Right.
Album on the way.
The second joint at the listening party.
The second joint at the listening party, and it just seems like it finally seems like the Rock Nation good music affiliations are paying off. He's in very important rooms. He's not some random ass coke rapper. He's at fashion shows.
He seems like he's
around a lot of
Kanye's right-hand man.
He's the Beanie Siegel to Kanye's Hove. You know what I'm saying? But at an even higher level.
rank, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And with that rollout and with him being very clickable right now, fully on a rollout, everything's a rollout. Shout out to Sin. We got to give him that level.
Absolutely.
Number 2 on the Rap Roundtable Power Rankings list for February, we have Benny the Butcher.
Benny.
Mason, talking to us about why Benny's number 2. He was number 3 last month. He's moved up a slot this month.
He's moved up because the quality that he put out was better than Push's. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Benny, his stock is higher than ever. He dropped the perfect first single. I mean, you look at, I don't like to get into the stats too much, but you look at the likes on IG. Look at the numbers. I think Johnny P's Caddy is at 5 million. People are waiting on this Benny album. He officially is 97 Hove.
The YouTube views for Johnny P's Caddy blew all his other YouTube videos out of the water.
Out of the water by like 3 times. You know what I mean? So when you're talking about the anticipation is there. People are waiting on Tana Talk 4. The only reason that I feel like if he would have dropped already, which he did push the album back randomly on us, he said that he kind of messed up. Did he say he messed up the album date? I don't know.
I think he went back in the lab.
I think so too.
Listen, I said in the group chat, I'm saying here, if I'm him, I put a third verse on the single.
On Johnny P?
On Johnny P.
Like Hope should have did
no,
already.
No, it's not too late. If you recall, there's been several times.
Bro.
One of my favorite Prodigy verses of all time is the third verse, his personal second verse, but the third verse on Hell on Earth.
Yeah.
That was not on the original single. He added that shit for the album version of it, right? The video was out and everything with just 2 verses, P and Havoc. Then he was like, you know what? I'm going in for this like 40 bars, 48. I don't know how many it was.
P didn't get smoked on the record though.
Listen.
But sometimes you got to make the decision.
And then Jay went back and added the his second verse to Big Pimpin'. It happens.
Right.
It happens. If I'm him, and I hear this talk that J. Cole got me on the record, I'm like, yo, fuck it. I'm going back in the lab. I'm a record a third verse.
Maybe that's that little thing between rappers. If you added the third verse, and I got you for sure.
Well, again, this is what we're talking about, the culture resetting. It's competitive again. Guys want to have the best verse as opposed to coming on and mumbling and saying, they're realizing that they got to rap.
Facts.
This is we've been talking about it on this show for about a year and a half now. Guys realize they have to rap, and they are sharpening their pen.
And the guy we spoke about earlier, Snoop Dogg, Benny was his first official signing at Def Jam, correct?
By the way, I'm 9 songs into that new Snoop album. It's fire. You should listen to it. It's giving very good barbecue vibes.
Number 1 for the February Rap Roundtable Power Ranking list. Some of y'all are gonna be upset, and that's okay. But he is number 1. He's the most clickable guy in rap right now. The hottest guy in rap, for better or worse. Kanye West,
a.k.a. Cuff Daddy.
Yeezy. Cuff Daddy. Sincere,
that
the
one you
prodigal.
like?
Nah, hey. It works. It works. He won his wife. He won his wife back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So Cuff Daddy, you know what I mean?
True.
The prodigal son is number 1.
Listen,
Donda 2 is on the way, allegedly.
Yes.
Talk to us, Sin.
We're not here for the Kanye soap opera with his family. Let some other podcasts talk about that shit. We're here
We don't
about
do the gossip
music.
shit here.
Even though the soap opera does get clicks, obviously, right? But we're here about the music.
Tunes.
You got Easy with The Game. He got co-production on Pusha's single. He got the joint with Fabio that just dropped this morning as of this day's recording.
Pusha video.
He's in the Pusha video. He's got the Netflix documentary dropping on the 16th.
Facts.
We're dropping this episode on the 16th. We might take a hit, bro, because everybody gonna be watching that Yeezy documentary.
Bro.
And from what I hear, that shit is like just classic footage. Super crazy. And obviously Donda rollout 2/22/22.
Him and Drake kissed and made up.
You know what I mean? It looks like he might be on pace to actually keep this release date. Who knows? But yeah, man, Yeezy's out there. He's doing his
once
thing,
in a lifetime
man.
date, man.
Number 1.
Shout out to Ye, man.
Shout out to Yeezy, number 1 on the February list. I kind of like doing this power rankings list.
Yeah, I like this.
I'm having fun with it. Niggas love lists. You know what I mean? This is dope. We've reached the point of the episode, although we kind of kicked some niggas. I wouldn't say we kicked them off the lawn. We invited them into the crib. We didn't tell them to go home. We told them to come in. Let's talk a little more. Well, we've reached the point in the episode where a couple of vagabonds have upset Sincere the Rap Snob, and he needs them too.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna need Eminem fans to get off my lawn. Now, let me be clear.
Bro.
This
Crazy,
is
bro.
not a rant about Eminem himself.
Fuck?
This is simply a rant about his fans. The reason being,
can't make
y'all
this
have
shit
to
up.
be the most. I know. Dogg has an issue with the Nas fan demographic, but the Eminem fans, they gotta be the worst. The fucking worst. You agree with me. You see.
Nas fans and I agree about the M fans, though.
M fans.
And, no, but there's a specific reason right now because I've been seeing this way too much recently, right? And this isn't, at the end of the day, this isn't just M fans, but I've been seeing a lot from M fans, right? Anytime there's any type of critique leveled against their favorite artist, Eminem, they run to the sales. But he sold the most. But he's got the most sales. But he's got so many sales. If we say, his later albums haven't been that good. Oh, but they've sold so much, so they have to be good.
The culture didn't buy it though.
If we say his music doesn't really speak to us or the culture in general. Oh, but he sold so many records. How is it that it doesn't speak to the culture and he sold so many records? Fast rap doesn't really do it for me. Rapping fast doesn't mean that it's good music. Oh, but it's got to be good music if it's sold as much.
Oh, you're sick of this shit.
I'm tired. Get the fuck off my lawn. First of all, for one, right? If you run straight to the sales numbers, just know that your ability to think critically is ass.
Oh, facts.
Super ass. Just say you don't have any critical thinking skills
the rap
and move
snob
on.
is in the building.
Right? Second, sales, and this goes for any artist, sales numbers have never laterally equated to the culture.
Right.
It does not mean it, we could talk about record sales in conjunction with other things. How did it perform in the club? Do people get live to it? How does it perform on stage? You know what I mean? Are they bumping it in the streets? You know what I mean? But sales numbers in and of themselves alone do not speak to the culture.
No,
just
not.
say you are a casual.
If that's the case, 6ix9ine is the GOAT.
The fuck off my lawn.
My God.
The end.
Sincere the rap snob speaking a lot of facts. Now again, that's Sincere's opinion. Get off his lawn, my lawn too, because I agree with him. But that doesn't mean that we think Eminem is trash to bring this episode full circle. We, in particular, don't agree with certain things about Eminem.
We just think his fans are trash.
Damn.
I think Eminem is trash.
Just summing up the conversation.
I tried to
sum it up.
I tried to say, listen,
because people,
he tried to say
Eminem is the greatest technical rapper of all time. I'm gonna say it again, but he does not speak to the culture. He speaks to certain people who don't look like us, huh?
He hasn't been good for 18 years.
Before I pass it to Dini to shut the episode down, I want to say, we talked about a lot of rollouts on this episode. The Griselda rollouts, the Pusha-T rollouts, the Kanye rollouts. I gotta say though, I just want to get one gripe off. I'm kind of tired of the rollouts. I kind of miss when your favorite rapper was just around and he would just do stuff and he didn't have an album coming out. He just did things because he was a rapper and he was famous. I'm kind of tired of rollout culture. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Shouts to the baby.
Word. Shout out to the baby. Just do stuff. Randomly pop in and give me a freestyle.
Yeah.
Go do a feature. Because everybody who does features now, there's an album coming. They do the feature and then they get into their shit. Right. I kind of miss rappers just rapping. Everything is so corporate now that everything has to be a rollout.
TikTok culture
too, but generally rollout culture. It's like, I'm gonna link with Mase, I'm gonna do this collab, singer, do my beats, then I'm gonna have you on my first single, Dini. Everything is a rollout. I kind of want rappers to get back to just loving the rapper lifestyle, not the label's rapper lifestyle. Dini, take us home.
Yo, y'all know the vibes, man. We are the Rap Roundtable. Shout out to Masito, the voice of the young people. Shout out to Sincere the Rap Snob, who produced this beat that you hear, this magnificent Air Vino.
You a rapper watching this episode, tap in.
Shout out to Jav, the point guard, always keeping us on task. Shout out to light-skinned Josh in the back, keeping us on our ones and twos. I am Dini, the balance of the force. I am slightly inebriated, but we are the fuck out it.
The heroes that you need.
Yes, sir.
I was waiting for you to say that, man.
Yeah, I say usually, right?
Ah, man.